Hey, my friends, today it's a special episode. This is today I'm going to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. So, yeah, he's the most like the wealthiest sports person ever, I think, and he's the most successful sports person. Like, you can't compete with him, and he's the best. Like, he's the very best. So, why not? Should talk about Ronaldo. So this is today I'm going to talk about Ronaldo and his horoscope and try to get some insight through using like Vedic astrology and yeah. So he's a Cancer, no, Sagittarius ascendant, and he's like astrology details. Like when you Google, and there are like so many sources. Like he's born in Tuesday, 5th of February 1985 in Funchal, Portugal. So, and he's born in I think it's 5:25 a.m. He's born in Funchal, and like so. I want to add some point here. Like when you analyze a horoscope in like in a Western, like if you are born where in a country that uses like daylight savings, you should always like get that into account when you like create your chart, like your birth chart. Like imagine like if your country have like 1 hour ahead and you are born in like 5:25, so the correct time would be 4:25. I hope it makes sense. But Ronaldo is born in February 5th, so I don't think that time there was no daylight savings. So yeah, and so he's Sagittarius ascendant, and this is the Baba chart. This is the regular chart, like the Diva, the chart that you can find in so many websites. So this is the chart, and this is the Navamsha chart. It's D9. So this chart. So this chart is the famous chart. Like if you Google Ronaldo's horoscope, this is the one you will find, and I can say that it's a pretty bad analysis of Ronaldo's horoscope, since like so Venus is exalted in Pisces, so it's a Malavi yoga, but actually Venus is delibitated in D9. So I in my previous videos I told you guys, you don't have a Raj Yoga if your planet that creates that yoga is delibitated or in a weak state in your D9 chart. So D9 is this chart, you call it the Navamsha, and you should have that planet in a friendly, at least in a friendly sign. So his Venus is delibitated in D9. So so this chart interpretation in Google websites or anything that uses the regular chart, so wrong, so bad to astrology too, that if you saying like he has Malavi yoga in his horoscope, and this chart I could take this example to show you how important the Bhava chart is, because this chart doesn't show he himself as Ronaldo. It doesn't match with Ronaldo. It doesn't like show an athlete. Like athlete, you should have connection with Mars, 3rd house, 6th house, profession. You should all should like have connections, especially the 3rd house. The 3rd house is about athleticism, skills, bravery, courage, and you should have connections with sixth house too. That's when you defeat enemies. That's when you, like in soccer, you, like, you should have immense skill and immense immense power in the sixth house, because every sixth house is the competition. Like Ronaldo, Messi, these guys like compete every day for like 20 years. So this chart is wrong, like so wrong. So then we come to Bhava chart. So he's born as a Sagittarius ascendant, and as you can see, his first house is empty. And if any of you have an empty house, like there are like 9 planets, including Rahu and Ketu, even though they are not planets. Empty houses doesn't mean you don't have anything. You don't have anything in your birth chart saying about this house. No, that's wrong. You should take account the lord of that house. So yeah, first house empty. Second house, you have like 3 planetary combinations. No, 3 planet combined. You have Mercury, Jupiter and Sun in his second house in Capricorn Rashi. So you see Jupiter is delibitated in that sign. Alright, and you have Mercury, Venus in the third house. So that's what I'm saying. So his D9, D1 chart, the normal regular chart you find in websites, have Mars, Venus in the 4th house, creating Malavi Yoga. But it doesn't happen in Bhava chart. Bhava chart, you have Venus, Mars in the 3rd house. But it's in the same sign, same Pisces sign, but in the 3rd house. Not in Aquarius, just the house placement in Bhava chart. 4th house empty in Bhava chart. 5th house Rahu. So Rahu, 5th house Rahu. That's we should talk about that in his chart. That interprets so many things. And Rahu is delibitated. Rahu and Ketu is delibitated in D9 too. So Rahu is not a good planet for him. It's not in a good state too. It's just below a friendly sign. It's not good. And in D9 too, it's delibitated. So Rahu is doing so many things to him. I could go on later. And 6th, 7th house, no planets. 8th house Moon. It's in the same sign and same house. Moon is exalted in Cancer. So it's a pretty good placement for Moon. And Leo is empty. Virgo, the 9th, 10th houses are empty. 11th house you have, in the normal chart you have Ketu. But in Bhava chart you have Saturn combined with Ketu. Saturn. So that's another point that we should say D1 is wrong. Seriously in his chart, because the money, the wealth always interpreted in the 11th house, and he have the second lord Saturn in his 11th house. So, and Saturn Ketu combination, I'll talk about this chart. You have so many things to go into account. So so the first thing I should mention, you have so this chart is so powerful. Like you have like 6 Raj Yogas, like 5 main Raj Yogas and 1 like a money making Viparitha Yoga. So first things first, you don't have Mali Yoga in this chart, because Bhava chart, Venus exalted but in the 3rd house, so that doesn't make a Malavi Yoga. And even it does in the 1st house. Like even if someone's interpret this is a Raj Yoga but is deliberated in D9, so it doesn't make a Raj Yoga. Always remember that. Should make this chart. This is so important. This if some planets are exalted or powerful in D9, those planets are powerful. Even though you have bad places, if this chart the planet is strong, that's a strong planet. Should always keep in that mind about that. so Venus Mars, it comes to the third house in Bhava chart. So look at this moon is in the 8th house, and if you have benefics are which planets? Venus, Mercury, Jupiter. If you have moon benefics from 6th, 7th, 8th house from the moon, that's a high powerful Raj Yoga. That's what we call Chandradhi Yoga. You have like Sri Lankan presidents, Mahinda Rajapaksa have that yoga. So this is moon is in 6th house from the moon. Venus is in 6th house from the moon, and you have Jupiter and Mercury from 7th house from the moon, right? So you have like all these planets from 6th, 7th house. So that's perfect Chandradhi yoga. and it doesn't happen in D1 chart because moon is in the 8th house and Venus is not in the 6th house. It's in the 5th house from the moon. So you don't have Chandradhi yoga in the D1, but you have Chandradhi yoga in the Bhava chart. That's his first and main powerful Raj yoga. And the second yoga we should mention is Dharma Karmadhipathi yoga. So Dharma Karmadhipathi yoga, it's present in both charts. 9th and 10th lords are in combination, in conjunct. So you have Leo Lord Sun is in the 2nd house, and you have Virgo Lord Mercury in the 2nd house. So when they conjunct, that's a Raja Yoga in any chart, especially if it's not placed in 6th, 7th, 12th houses. We call them as Dushtasthanas. They are not pretty good creating Raja Yogas. Even they create Raja Yoga, that person acts to the bad, like that. That's a perfect, people in this life, you have like murderers, you have rapists, you have like people who do bad things to people, and they are powerful. Why does that happen? That happens, you have Raja Yogas in those places, 6, 8, 12. If a person have a Raja Yoga in that place, especially in the Bhava chart, that person acts towards the bad side in life. So that's not a good person, even though they have a Raja Yoga. And that's the second Raja Yoga he had. The third Raja Yoga. What's the third? You have Gaja Keshari Yoga. This is some say Gaja Keshari. It's Moon and Jupiter seeing each other, all conjunct. That's powerful, so powerful yoga. You see Moon here and Jupiter in the 2nd house, Moon. So they aspect each other. Every planet aspect the 7th house. So the Moon aspect all three these planets. So how the moon's so they aspect, and this is a good Raja Yoga. So moon we represent as the the elephant, and the Jupiter is the lion. So this yoga is strong as an elephant and fearless as a lion. So that's how brave he is. He's like a lion. So and you have Neecha Banga Raj yoga. So Jupiter, I told you, Jupiter is delibitated. So he have more deliberated planet. but it's not delibitated. So Neecha Banga, delibitated, cancels. How? Jupiter is in Capricorn in his delibitated sign, and who's the lord of Capricorn? Saturn. If Saturn placed in Kendra, in this house or Kendra to this planet, it cancels the delibetation. So who's the lord of the this place? Saturn. Saturn is placed in here 11th house in Bhava chart. Sorry, it doesn't happen in D1. D1 it's not cancelled, so it's bad. But in Bhava chart you have Saturn in 11th house. 11 in from 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 in 4th house. That's Kendra. Kendra houses are like 1st house, 4th house, 7th house, 10th house. Those are the Kendra. So if you get this as the axis, this is in the 4th house, Saturn. So you cancel that delimitation. So that's another Raj Yoga, Neecha Banga Raj Yoga. That's like 4. You have Viparitha Yoga. So Viparitha Raj Yoga happens when Dushtastana lords are present in Dushtastana. So if 6th house lord present in 6th house, 8th house, 12th house, or if 8th house lord present in 6th house, 8th house, 12th house, no, 12th house is this, and the 12th house lord is present in 6th house, 8th house and 12th house, you get Viparitha Raj Yoga. That's not a main, like a number one, like a first class yoga, but so the main interpretation is like you get help from surroundings, and you get money from surroundings, not like main incomes, but surrounding. If you have a Viparitha Yoga, it doesn't mean you go to be the president, but you are surrounded by people, and that helps you so much. So, and you get so many wealth, or from surroundings. So it's a good yoga. So he has that too, because moon is exalted in 8th house. So that's about yogas he have. And also I should mention 1st house lord, 7th house, 4th house lord, 7th house lord, 10th house lord are in conjunct with this 5th house lord and 9th house lord. So 9, 10 conjunct is a Raj Yoga. 5th conjunct is another good yoga. Jupiter and Sun, all these planets are conjunct. So you can, some say it's another Raj Yoga for 5th conjunction in a good place. So this is a strong house. And Lagna Lord is conjunct with 9th Lord. It's another good yoga. So this placement is a good placement. Even though Jupiter is deliberated, it cancels the deliberation. So it's a good horoscope. So those are the yoga. Venus and Mars is closely conjunct, like so close. And you have Saturn Ketu conjunction in the 11th house. So Saturn Ketu conjunct in the 11th house. What happens when Saturn combines with Ketu? It makes the ascendant, in this case Ronaldo, makes overthink, makes him serious, strong willpower, and have more patience. They have the burning desire to succeed in life and eventually succeed. So that's his emotions right there. And adding to that, you have Moon exalted. What happens when Moon exalted? You see Ronaldo crying, or he might cry when not in public. Why? He's so emotional. When Moon is strong, he's emotional. When Moon is weak, They are not emotional. They don't cry. They like think. Einstein, moon is delibitated. Uh, who's the president? Trump, moon is deliberated. They not like, they don't cry. They think like something else, and this is the other side. I mean, these both sides are not bad. Ronaldo is emotional. He's an emotional guy. And we should respect that. And he showed in so many, so many. We can all see that he's a so caring guy. So his moon is exalted. So yeah. So that's his emotions. That's the way he thinks from this horoscope. And so Ronaldo is an athlete, right? So I told you guys, third house is the athleticism, and this chart doesn't show an athlete, but this Bhava chart shows an athlete, a great athlete. With that willpower, with that emotions comes the athleticism. Mars in the third house. Mars is the athleticism. Especially you have Mars in third house. You work toward athleticism. Your skills are athletic. So that's obviously a soccer player right there. Like, they are athletics. That's why he doesn't age. He's still perfect. He's still like a 40-year-old, like closing 40 years. He's strong. He works towards. He's strong. Not only his physique, he's mentally and physically strong. That's why he argued in his team United. He doesn't. He want to be the number one player. That's his skills. That's his athletic. And and Moon is strong. Venus is strong. Why is he so handsome, beautiful? Women would like die for that guy. Why? That's benefic stronger. Jupiter is not delibitated. They are in Rajogas. And Venus Moon, I told you guys, Venus Moon in Lagna or exalted makes him so beautiful for a woman or a man. That's why he's so handsome. He's so like, even like can't compete with that guy, you know. He's so handsome. So that Venus exalted, and with Venus conjunct with Mars, that brings a stylish athletic. So that's why, like, there are so many athletics out there, like athlete, sports person, but he's the, like, when it comes to Ronaldo, you can't, like, he's so stylish, you know. When he, look at his run, look at his free kicks, look at his celebrations. That's style right there. Like, that's his unique style. That's Ronaldo. That comes with Venus conjunct. So, and also Venus in the third house, he don't show what he like say. He plays psyche games. That's another thing I came up with. And Mars, as I said before, Mars represents an athlete. So third house represents skills, courage, bravery. So Mars in the third house creates a great athlete and a skillful one. And especially with the Saturn having the willpower and the Moon's emotions, he's emotionally strong. So that creates a great athlete. So Venus exalted gives his beauty, his handsomeness, and it made him also, Venus and Moon exalted made him recognizable. Like nobody left not knowing Ronaldo. Like, he's so recognizable. That's his personality and his looks. So and so why his wealth? Regarding his wealth, he's so wealthy, right? Why is that? Obviously Rajogas, but like in in his second house Lord is in 11th house. So if you have 11th, so 11th house and second house are the most important things you should look into an horoscope when you analyze money. Trump, take Trump. Trump is 11th Lord, so powerful with Rahu, so powerful. He's a number one born in a rich family. That's 11th house right there. So this guy has also 11th house, second house in the 11th house, and the 11th Lord Libra exalted, Venus exalted. So those, and with the Rajogas he have comes the wealth. But he was born poor. Why is that? Like born not in a good family, because second house is Saturn. Saturn, if you have Saturn, obviously you're going to end up in the maximum stage, but you start slowly, start in the lowest level, and again the athletic ability. You should have 6th house Lord strong to be a good athlete, not only the 3rd house. So his 6th house Lord is also the Venus exalted. So in the 3rd house, that makes him that 6th house need to be this way to ensure the win over enemies, like the win over, like compete and win trophies. That what it does. And so and especially which planet gives fame? So fame is given by sun. If you have an exalted sun with a good Rajoga, you have like not exalted, but you have 9th Lord Sun with Dharma Karmadhipathi and Rajoga. So it gives him the fame. And so and we should talk about his personal life too. Like, so he's eventually married to this Argentinian partner. So why is that? So you get a different kind of marriage, like a different caste. If you have Rahu and Ketu in 511 axis or 7-1 axis, that's just a one indicator. So here have Rahu and Ketu in 511 axis. That makes the person marry from a different country or anything like that. So and Rahu in the 5th house. I told you guys Rahu is not strong in his chart, especially in the lives. Here too, Rahu is not in a good, not delibitated, but not in a good sign, and it's delibitated in D9. So what are the consequences? So Rahu in the 5th house may mean gone through multiple relationships or even multiple marriages. So Rahu in the 5th house, especially in bad condition, that means so many relationships, and over indulgence in several long affairs may create some issues in life, but Rahu in the 5th house have so many personalities that had the Rahu in 5th house. Narendra Modi, Mary Kom, the Indian boxer, Steve Jobs, and Pele, the Brazilian footballer, also have had Rahu in the 5th house. And there are good sides to that too. We all know he's a donator, he's a charity worker. He donates so many stuff like money and helps children and poor people. So that Rahu in the 5th house will support the native to adoption of children. That's not only like charity, also adopt adopting children. I think he adopted children. I think. I'm not sure about it. But yeah, Rahu in the 5th house. Also, there are some chances that this placement impact the bonding with his children. And so yeah, that's Rahu. Also, Moon in the 8th house, exalted, emotional, feel towards others. And also the 10th house, if you have Mars Venus, you have Mars Venus and the Lagna Lord seeing the 10th house. What does that mean? 10th house is the profession. So if those planets, especially Mars, Venus, and the Lagna Lord seeing the 10th house, makes that person like his athleticism and his the skills and his overall personality revolves around his profession. So that's a great indication that he's a good football player. Like his skills and everything revolves around his profession. So imagine in your chart, if you have doesn't have this combination, like if the skills, if the personality doesn't see the 10th house, so you saw when I talk about the aspects, I just constantly show this chart because in planetary aspects you should consider the D1, not the D Bhava chart. Keep that in mind. So his as I said, his Venus Mars and the 1st house Lord all see the 10th house. So if that doesn't happen to you, you might have skills, you might have your you like stuff, but it doesn't reflect on your career. There are so many people, there are good singers who do IT jobs, there are like dancers who do just crazy stuff. He doesn't even know what they are doing. That's because this stuff it doesn't reflect the profession. But this guy Ronaldo, those things are seeing the 10th house, the profession, the career. So he's a professional, skillful football player. So we should say that. So so 4th Lord Jupiter in the 2nd house, enjoy all happiness, all kind of wealth, honor. And 7th Lord Mercury placed in the 2nd house, make you have many wives. Will have gain through your partner, and also be procrastinating in nature. You procrastinate. That's another mind representing skill, procrastinating. And 8th Lord Moon in 8th house will make you long lived. That's another good health indication. He doesn't stop. He's a long liver. He can live like 80, 90, 100 years. You see, his 8th house Lord is strong. Look at this moon in the same sign. If you guys have 8th Lord strong in the 8th house, that's a Viparitha Raj Yoga, and in this case, he lives long. That's why he plays still nearing 40. Like there are memes creating Rooney and Ronaldo. Rooney is like managing teams. Ronaldo still plays. Why? He has that long living health generating. the healthy person that he is representing in the horoscope. and physically fit, good strong health, healthy body. And ninth lord in the second house, ninth lord in the second house gives happiness from your partner, happiness from your kids. And 10th lord in second house, 10th lord in second house will give you wealth, virtuous, honored by government, honored by countries, and be charitable. That's another indication. 10th house lord in second house, like profession, his profession gives in the second house. Second house is money and giving away money. So this is like the earning money, and this is the giving away. So he give away money for charity. So he's a good person. I should mention that. He's a good hearted, good person, and a strong person. Everything represent this horoscope. That's how important astrology is. Like if this chart has someone who doesn't give away money, who's not caring, it's not true, right? But this chart, that's what I'm saying. Astrology, even though it's old, it has some. Why is it here for so long? Like a chart saying about this stuff, because that's true, you know. That's why it lasted for so long. And the thing is, people don't interpret this, people don't learn this. That's why they blame astrology. It's not the astrology's fault. You should be skillful enough to learn and be the guy, like be the astrologer. Even astrologers should keep in that mind. Like you should go through this stuff and research and make sense of this. So that's what I'm saying here. It make perfect sense. His life, as we all know it, is Ronaldo, and it just reflects in his chart. Not only the good, the bad ones too. I told you. So and the 11th lord Venus exalted, 11th lord Venus exalted will possess happiness of house and lands. And Jupiter Sun Mercury conjunction will like a three planet combination that makes him very wealthy. That's another. And Sun in Capricorn. So these are like normal characteristics of him. Sun in Capricorn will make you interested in I don't know. Just astrology interpretation will make you interested in bad women. That's what it says. Moon in Cancer, very fortunate. Moon in Cancer, prominent neck. Moon in Cancer. So as we all know, his neck is so prominent. Interested in construction of houses. So, and Mars in Pisces will have indifferent children. Oh, that's Mars in Pisces. Mars in Pisces will have indifferent children. Live in foreign countries. We all know he lived in foreign countries, for sure. Jupiter in Capricorn, poor and humble beginnings. Oh, that's especially Jupiter is deliberated, but not deliberated anymore, cancelled. But Jupiter in Capricorn. So I should again mention something. So Jupiter is deliberated, but the deliberated got cancelled. But the effect was there. Jupiter in Capricorn in deliberated state, the astrology books texts mention the ascendant is poor and humble in the beginnings. And if you have Jupiter deliberated, and you don't have Rajogas, or if the delibitated not being cancelled, you might end up like you that poor person's representing, like but this guy Ronaldo is born poor, but his poor Jupiter delibetation getting cancelled, and he has so many Rajogas, so he's end up, even though he has poor beginnings, he's not poor anymore. He will not die poorly. So that's how we should interpret. So Venus in Pisces will be liberal, virtuous. Pisces strong, very wealthy, will destroy enemies, be world famous, be endowed with good speech and wisdom, will keep his promise, maintain his family members. So that's his basic chart, and we should go through. So why the sudden move to this club, the South Arabian club? Like it's not like it doesn't affect him anymore. Like he's 40 years old, but we all know Ronaldo should play in Real Madrid or like in a good team. I personally loved him being in Chelsea. Like I would die for that moment, but it didn't happen. Why Ronaldo went to this team? In Saturn transit in this January 22nd, it went to the Aquarius sign. So you have Sunday Sathis, I mentioned, like Saturn's bad times. When Saturn transits through your moon signs, like 12th from the moon sign, the second from moon, like here, and also 8th from the moon. 8th from the moon, Aquarius. So the moon, 8th from the moon, Saturn is transiting here right now, and it creates a bad time, not a bad time, like a Sunday Sathi. That's what the way I interpret, and it just reduces your fame, but Ronaldo being this Rajogas, it didn't reduce his fame, but he I think that's what made him to. That's what life is about, and it's gonna end in 2025, and I don't know if he retires, but if he didn't retire, he will go strong, like 1, 2, 3, like another 7.5 years. You don't have any bad times. Like he could play forever, like until like 50 years old. That's my prediction. But this time, until 2025, it's not so good. Honestly say that in astrology perspective, but regarding his charts, it's not affecting him much than a normal person because he's strong. and I should mention his relationships occurred like in my videos. I always go through the Jupiter transits and marriage happenings, and his 7th house lord Gemini 7th house, Gemini's lord is Mercury is in Capricorn, and in Navamsha it's in Aries. But when you go through the times, like just a moment, it doesn't make sense. Like so obviously it should be wrong. Oh, the astrology is wrong, like me. So I mean it's just one fact, but like here, what I get to know, like so his relationship should occur in Capricorn. So Capricorn is Jupiter is transiting Capricorn from 2008 to 9, and 2008 to 9. And in Aries, 2011 to 2012. So we know that he dated Irina Shayk in 2011, 12, that period. And and the next relationship, according to his Jupiter transit, should occur in 2020. That doesn't make sense. He's long been engaged to his current partner. Not engaged, like, I take it back. Not engaged, we don't know anything, but he's being with the current partner. I think it's from 2016 or something. In the internet we see that around that area, around that time, and it doesn't reflect on the chart. So I went through his Navamsha. So his Navamsha, Mercury is in Aries, but it's in Parivartana Yoga. So I told you guys about Parivartana Yogas. Parivartana Yogas are interchanging signs. Like Mercury is having Aries quality and Virgo quality too. So you should check Jupiter transiting in Virgo too. So Virgo is 2016 to 2017. So that's another thing I should I long waited to mention. If you check your marriage timing, make sure that planet, if it have a Parivartana Yoga, make sure to check what sign Parivartanas and the other sign too in that Parivartana Yoga. That's why when we can find the accurate timings of strong relationships. So that's it for this video, and I could conclude Ronaldo, as you all know it, he's a wealthy guy, but he's a number one footballer in the planet, skillful, but in astrological perspectives, he's emotional, having willpower, skillful, charitable, adopting children, like being humble, like a good human being. That's my honest say about Ronaldo. And this is it for the video, and next let's see who I come up with. Have a great day, guys.